welcome everyone to another episode of Keto Chat. I am your host, Carole Freeman. I am a certified nutritionist and creator of the Fast Track to Keto Success Program. Today, I'm here with Rachel Yoon. She is a support person, ambassador, I don't know what the exact title is, for LCHF Korea. So it's really cool. I met her in San Diego at Low Carb USA just a few months ago in 2017. And she was there with other physicians that were from Korea and just connecting people with the movement that's here. So I'll let her tell more about who she is and what she's doing with that group. And then we're going to dive into, we have lots to talk about. So it's really, really exciting to see, the movement encompassing the whole world. So welcome, Rachel. And can you just share a little bit about who you are and how you got connected to the LCHF Korea group?
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Rachel Yoon. I'm working as a Dean of Carole Performance and Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California. I myself, following the LCHF, and also I do the big fan of Jason Fung. I'm doing intermittent fasting. I'm just stopping kind of like in the pause right now, but I'm doing lots of intermittent fasting, and at the same time, I'm trying to read a lot of books about health-related books. I was impressed by many great doctors you are introducing all the time. And then I'm a fan of your blog. I'm following your YouTube and podcast all the time. So I love your interviews. So
nice.
what I'm doing is I try to get the more information, clear information to Korea, because in Korea it's really popular. LCHF and at the same time, intermittent fasting is really famous. But at the same time, intermittent fasting was about like 3 or 4 years ago. It was really popular once, and then it became fad.
Okay.
Explain about why, how it works, or what to do. They never share about the details that much. That's why it's kind of lost about it's just fad. And then someone who followed that before, and then they were ambassador or they just gone. They supporter of the intermittent fasting, they are gone, and then they are following some other diet. So there's consistency. So that's why I began to read Jason Fung's Complete Guide to Intermittent Fasting and Obesity Code, and also the cholesterol myth or some other sugar thing about Gary Tao's book. And I began to know about this more and more. At the same time, I was involved in Korean site and blog and helping them to get the information from here. So I began to help many people in Korean doctor, and then they finally built their LCHF Korea in Korea, and then the doctors actually working, then they are eager to connect to the famous doctors to use their fame to use as their leverage in Korea. So I try to connect them. So there was Jeffrey Gerber. He was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
He actually listened to their song, the LCHF song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then I helped them to translate the lyrics to make them understand here. And then I also translate Dr. Gerber's the soda song about a long time ago. He made some about the sugar, about the, prohibit the sugar. So that's why I translate sugar song in Korean. So I just try to communicate between two different areas. However, we are doing same thing at the same time. So
well, and it's really interesting to hear because still, in the US, the LCHF or Keto is what it usually is called here in the United States. It's still pretty fringe and it's not really very popular with physicians, although we just, finding out that it's now the most popular diet search term on Google and on the internet, right? And so it's gaining in popularity. Is there still that sense in Korea that it's kind of fad or fringe thing and it's, a lot of myths about it? Or is it a pretty well accepted way of losing weight and following a health promoting diet?
It is actually, many people actually talking about really good, surprisingly, they accept LCHF, low carb diet better than intermittent fasting.
Okay.
They thought they just, kind of panic about all the refraining from food or something, but they like some idea about LCHF because Korea is more like Asian countries, grain-based. At the same time, Korean loves all the meats and beef. This more freedom of it. They kind of spend, somebody who try here, this part, they kind of liked it, and then they got the result of it. So to me, it's still, a lot of pros and cons. In the morning, kind of like debate, kind of so like some kind of like morning show in Korea. They come out, the LCHF doctor and regular doctor, they do the debate all the time.
Okay.
So that means it's really major stream now.
Yeah, okay.
But still, lots of there are pros and cons in everywhere, but it's going to be constantly happening there. But still, it's really good kind of one stream now, one major, to me, it's major health advice.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so you mentioned that you kind of found it by reading some different books. What kind of, what was the reason that you started following it yourself? Was it health problems? Was it weight? Was it some of both? Or
my health is always, when I do the blood test, everything's always perfect.
Okay.
But, personally, everything is always low. My cholesterol is really low, HDL is low, LDL is low, everyth's too low.
Okay.
I never pay attention to the triglyceride thing at all. But recently, after I just follow this, low carb, high fat, everything's so perfect. I have there is really high, and the LDL is good number, and then triglyceride is really low, and everything is really good stream. So I don't have any health problem by myself at all, but I have, I'm in academia all the time, so I kind of curious about what is intermittent fasting. That was a starting. So I study about intermittent fasting, I found out there's a problem is insulin and hormone. And then I began to read the Gary Taubes books, and, and then also the Good Carb, Bad Carb, and then Why We Get Fat, those books. And then I began to know about Jason Fung more, and I began to read the Jason Fung's book. And then also I just read the Grain Brain and some other books. I also read all kinds of vegetarian books too, Dr. Fung.
Okay.
And everything. I just read everything. And then I found out, I tried everything little by little. And then I think this one actually works for me, and it made me really comfortable.
Okay.
One has different thing. Last book and I also really impressed was Wired to Eat. But that when I read that one, okay, so we need to customize and personalize our diet. But, so some people said is moderate is the better, and then we need to find whatever works for us. But at the same time, we need to find a way, we need to know science all the time, because if we don't know anything, how can we adapt ourselves to the whole symptom, because I want to understand why I cannot do it. Still, I don't understand everything, but still I found out because of that reason, I wanted to explain to everyone. That's why I began to translate Diet Doctor website, some of the columns, or Korean blogs. Because I want them to know about why insulin is important, how insulin is working, how they are changing to the hormone inside. That I began to translate for them, and then talk about the intermittent fasting more. That's why I study more, because in order to translate, I need to know more.
Okay.
So mainly I try to help Korean better to understand all the intermittent fasting, and so do I.
Okay. And what kind of benefits have you noticed? You said it's working well for you, and mental clarity, more energy, like kind of the standard things, or what have you noticed since you've been following it?
Intermittent fasting is so mental clarity. It is, to me, when I have a big meeting coming up, I don't eat. Like, I love 36-hour fasting, because if I do fast, my brain is so sharp.
Okay.
I can achieve so many things. I love that stage. So that is my favorite thing for this one. Another downside too, but I love that part. And then since I changed to low carb, I don't bloat that much. I used to bloat it a lot with know, I'm still eating a lot of vegetables. I love vegetables, but still bloating is gone. And then I have more energy. That's really good.
Yeah.
I don't see that much about weight loss. Weight loss with intermittent fasting was good, but low carb, high fat diet, I don't think I lost that much weight for myself. But it's a lot lighter. I have more energy. That's the whole thing I have. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So just you thought you were doing really well before, and then took your health and performance up to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Just feeling really, really great. So yeah, that's really great. Yeah, because a lot of people get the idea that like, well, you know, keto or LCHF is just for people that are like really overweight or really sick or something like that. But we're finding more and more people that, you know, thought, you know, we're pretty healthy to start with. And then they just realize like, whoa, I could be even performing at a better level, more mental clarity, more energy, more focus. Yeah.
And my doctor was so impressed, you know, when I saw my doctor. I was worried about my doctor, what my doctor's regular doctor, you know, conventional doctor. He saw my level. Yeah, of course, my cholesterol level is going higher. I thought he's going to say something, but he said no, because he analyzed it conventional way, but still he can see the improvement. So our health can be improved all the time. So not only the obesity people, I'm not obese because like I'm same body figure, but sometimes I had a like little heavier, little, you know, lighter, but everyone see me as a really healthy person nowadays more and more. I think then, you know, it is because of energy and our thing, because when I see you all the time, whenever I see you, I talked to you before, but you're prettier and prettier, and then you're
so sweet.
you look really lighter and kind of really, you know, yeah, your skin and everything was way better, you know, because you probably can compare yourself before and after too, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's harder to see because, you know, I see myself in the mirror every day, and so it doesn't look as dramatic to me, but I have, you know, friends and family that tell me that I look about 10 years younger than I did, you know, about 4 years ago when I started keto. So yeah, I definitely I've heard that. It's, to me, I feel like I look a lot the same, but thank you for saying that.
Yeah. You look different. Yeah, that is actually almost everyone can achieve. But now still, you know, I'm surrounded by many people here too. My many students actually is musicians. So some people used to compete with all the weight training, you know, weight bodybuilding too. So there are so many other streams. So I might study some other things too, because, you know, I'm still curious about many things. But so far, low carb, high fat is going to be really health friendly, because to other person says anything. And then good thing is I began to cook a lot. You know, yeah, because used to be I never cook anything, because as a more close to vegetarian, I always kind of boil food or steam food and then just do the kind of like salad and that's it. But now I begin to cook a lot. I bought a cookbook and then cook, and then, you know, the food. And then also my friends, they are not a keto or LCHF. They love my food. Without any grain, any flour, any root, you know, sometimes no root vegetable, they still love it too. So
yeah, that's a fun one. People are really surprised because they think, you know, diet food or, you know, it's going to taste really bad, but inevitably, whatever, if you take it to like a potluck or a gathering or something like that, the dish that you make is usually the most popular because it's got all that fat and good taste in it. And
yeah, definitely, my social life improved a lot.
Oh, that's good. That's really great, because a lot of people are afraid that like it's going to ruin their social life. So that's really
not at all. Yeah.
Nice. And so can you give us any insight into, you know, like people that are living in Korea, what is a typical day of eating look for them, you know, that may be different than what people in the US are eating? Is it, you know, because here it's like stereotypical, like eggs and bacon and butter and avocados. Like what are more, is it, you know, is there a Korean spin on LCHF that's different foods? Or
it's actually like used to be regular Korean people. Usually in the morning time they eat bagel. Korean and bagel in the morning.
Okay.
In lunch they have like the rice with some rice and some soup and kind of beef or fish kind of thing, and then dinner they have a bigger one. Nowadays also LCHA people, you have this one. They just made this kind of magazine and everything. This one is just be aware is keto. They keto here.
Okay.
Are you insane? You're eating sweet things, they make this kind of like cards, and then there's CHF kind of thing. What they do there is like in the morning a lot of people eating egg frittata.
Okay.
So egg frittata with cheese and some eggs. They use egg yolk and cheese and all the vegetables, and they're using mostly the avocado oil, or they use ghee butter to. They use that one, and then lunchtime they usually eat beef. They love pork. Mm-hmm. They love pork belly or pork shoulder part.
Okay.
They use a lunch, and then dinner mostly kind of beef. They more like all these keto people and SHF people. They are eating lots of beef, meat oriented. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing that. And sounds delicious. Yeah.
Come over to LA. LA is exactly same as Korea too.
Okay.
Now you have even better food. You feel like you are in Korea too. So.
I was there a couple weekends ago. I went out to Catalina Island for a friend's
I saw that
wedding. Yeah, so I was there. I was close, but just for a very quick, short period of time. So next time I'll definitely connect with you. And yeah. Well, so let's see. So what are So the LCHF Korea group, it's a group of physicians, doctors, is that what it is?
They have actually physicians. One doctor he's eye specialist.
Okay.
He's doing eye specialist. And then another doctor is cancer specialist.
Okay.
Together, and then they just try to spread out this also ketogenic diet, because lots of diabetes, patients who, because of they have problem, so they just kind of do everything. They try to treat everything with food.
Okay.
Also cancer treatment also do the ketogenic diet, and then he tried to help them with those ketogenic. So, and then also like last time when one doctor actually came from Korea, she's actually working for she's importing some of or developing some pharmaceutical kind of thing. So that's why she wants to make some kind of supplements for those people who had a cancer or who try to prevent cancer. They try to develop those kind of part too. But other than that, they also build a lot of websites, and they also make a magazine.
Okay.
Try to spread out this information. And then really the blog, they have 3 different blogs in Korea. There are a Facebook group and 3 different cafe. Korea, they call the cafe. And then what they do is they share the recipes, they develop the recipe, and then they develop some other way to develop the way to get the checkup, and then they just try to help their knowledge and then share their books together. They have all the sites really popular, and then they do the online and offline meetings in Korea.
Okay.
Meeting, they try to talk about the benefit and the pros and cons together. They try to solve the problems together. That's what they are doing. Most of the concerns are losing weight.
Okay.
Like almost 60% is losing weight, and 40% is they had diabetes or cancer problem.
Okay, wow, yeah, that's really cool. They're doing all that, and I think I remember that for sure when I saw you in San Diego, where you talked about there was a magazine. I'm like, we don't have a keto or low carb magazine here in the United States. Like, you guys are so much more progressive than us, and you're so ahead of the curve. That's definitely we've got a lot of books and cookbooks and websites, but not a magazine yet that I know of. Maybe there's one coming, but that's really cool.
I think cookbook will be really helpful from now I just saw one of the cookbook, one of the Dr. Maria, one of the
Maria Emmerich. Yeah, she's not a doctor, but she's got a lot of cookbooks out there. Yeah.
So that kind of book or some other books, actually we need so many development of the book, because like paleo that cookbook was, so popular now. So you can find every paleo book. To me, I bought a paleo book and then I just change and modify to fit for our diet too.
Yeah.
But still, we need to actually spread out some more information. And then at the beginning, it's really hard to start at the beginning. That's what I'm feeling. Everyone confused. And then also lots of friends here, they lost a lot of weight at the beginning. And then they want to continue, but they at the beginning, they only eat one food, like one or two food. And then later on, they have nothing to eat. So they go back to the original stream. So I think we need to develop some of the recipe. But in Korea, one lady, she's awesome. I just talked to her to make cookbook, but she's good in Korean, all kinds of, food, dishes. She made it really good. She's one of the blogger from one of the sites. And then she invited me to her house. I met from the, Facebook, Instagram. And then she treated me with her food in Korea. And then her food is everything based on keto.
Okay.
And then her food is perfect from the dessert and all the menus. And then that kind of thing's really important for here and there too. I think keto cookbook and also keto kind of magazine might be really helpful. Constantly.
Yeah. How delicious. I would buy that, a Korean keto cookbook. That would be delicious.
You will love it. You will love it.
Yeah. Nice. Well, so what tips do you have for people that are, considering keto or trying to get started on it? Like, what have you found that makes it a lot easier for people to get started?
I think it's a food thing too, because I want them to enjoy food. Just make sure about the good side. You can enjoy more food, but they need to know the options better. So before they start, I want them to read books. So more like they know about what is going on and then what kind of thing behind the science. I really want to suggest Jason Fung's intermittent fasting book, intermittent fasting, and also other, cholesterol book and sugar. I want them to choose at least 2 or 3 books.
Yeah.
Your blog, and then they know what is going on, actually really practical things, and then just decide few menus before they start.
Yeah.
They know what they can eat. Then I want them to start, because once they start in the middle, I want them to be confused, just like me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Cause there's so much conflicting info out there. And so you recommend doing some research first, understanding what it is and why it's beneficial. So kind of doing that convince yourself first that you want to try this before you just like dabble in it a little bit. I think that's really great. That's ends up who I work with is people have already kind of done their own research on their side and they're really ready to do it. They just need somebody to guide them and show them exactly what to do. So yeah, I think that's good too. Like I'm not in any business of trying to convince people that they should try it. Like I'm ready to help them out when they are ready, but not to convince them if they're not ready yet. So yeah. You've mentioned some really great books and resources. Those are ones, all the people that I've been interviewing, there's that common list of books that really were big influencers for them as well. So Dr. Fung and Gary Taubes and Rob Wolf as well. So, and Diet Doctor, of course, too. So all really great resources and,
Yeah, but I also want them to read some kind of like a little bit more broad spectrum book, like, Mark Sisson book or some other primer diet thing, or the Wire to Eat, those kind of little more broad scheme things too. Then they can see more big picture first and then narrow it down. Because when they start from only the intermittent fasting, then when they see other person talking something, they're like, oh, this is, they might confuse. And then I want them to just see little different broad spectrum first and then dive into the diet. Then they will like it. It's not a diet, it's lifestyle. We need to live like this all the time. So it's not a short time being thing.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, good tips. So let's see, that's some really good advice to people to dive in and start to understand, like, nutrition and how our bodies are designed to work and run and eating in a way that's a lifestyle rather than just, a diet that's some fad, like you were talking about, how keto was or low carb was there for a while in Korea, and now it's coming back. So.
And one thing, I really want everyone to have the dehydrator.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big fan of dehydrator, and then I use that all the time. So dehydrator is, really good too. I just do all the lemon. I'm drink a lot of water, about 6 liters of water per day.
Okay.
But I'm only drink the water with the lemon. I dehydrate lemon, and then I'm just kind of drink water there.
Oh, okay.
And I do I use the other doctor. He's doing the keto too. He's in Seattle. I just forgot his name now, but he and his wife Deanna, they are doing Deanna Musel. They are doing all the dehydrated cookbook too. So I just do the dehydrating vegetables a lot, and then I'm just making a cauliflower pizza from the oven, or just some kind of veggie wrap.
Oh, that's a good tip. Okay, so if you dehydrate the cauliflower first, then it's going to make a better pizza crust. Because I've tried the cauliflower crust and it ends up being so soggy.
Yeah.
It never works, but that's good. So dehydrate the cauliflower. Okay. What else do you use in the dehydrator?
I made a dehydrator, the veggie. I just grind everything.
Okay.
And then kind of flat kind of wrap kind of thing.
Okay.
wrap there too, and then also, I dried some of the kind of root thing from Korean. One of the Korean bamboo kind of like they have a Korean kind of root tea make. They have some tea. Usually you can buy from some other buckwheat or some other things. Yeah, but I made everything at home. I don't buy anything outside.
Okay.
I try to dry. I try to dry everything and then try to make a tea by myself and then taste it. Usually everything is so good to me. So lemon was the best one so far, but I think many things like them might be great, and then I usually eat everything raw or dehydrated or use MCT oil or ghee, or that's it. I don't want to eat any processed food that much, don't buy anything that much, either raw one and healthy one, and then locally grown organic food. Yeah.
Well, and I know some people like to make beef jerky in their dehydrator too. Do you ever do something like that?
I think beef jerky has too much protein.
Okay.
We have too much protein for that one. That's why I don't do it. But whenever I eat nuts, raw nuts, I sprout it myself, and then I dehydrate it. That's really good.
Okay.
Really crispy, crunchy. It's kind of like tastes like you roasted, but it's not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Lots of little tricks and tips I'm getting from you here. So, yeah. Any other tips you've got or tricks that you to making this a lifestyle for you rather than just a fad?
Not really. You cover almost everything already. I learned a lot from your side, but we still need to. Everyone thought not in here, but in Korea, whenever I saw many people, they thought, you don't need to work out, just eat this way, you can lose weight. But think about our health is our body. Yeah. So I still believe 80-20 rule, but 80 is probably eating, but still 20 is workouts. We try to move out. Yeah, since our San Diego, LCHF San Diego, I bought this Oura ring. I used to have a watch, Apple Watch, and then also Samsung Watch. I changed this one. This one is really good in tracking my sleep. And then I try to walk between 16,000 to 20,000 per day.
Okay.
Because if we drive, I try to take the metro all the time. Whenever I have a chance, I try to walk. So I think that healthy lifestyle is really important.
I know. I just, last week I did an interview with Carrie Brown, the Keto Evangelist Kitchen, and she had one on as well, the Oura Ring. Everywhere I go now, I'm seeing people with them. It's on my wish list to get soon. But and I hear it can do heart rate variability as well. right?
Yeah. And then also it just, good thing is the sleep tracking is really good.
Yeah.
It show me, I'm still challenging thing is sleep for me. I sleep not enough. So that is only thing I still need to work on harder. But this one is like so far tracking better than anything else. And it's really clearly communicating with my gadgets so far. So, and then I can wear cool watches at the same time.
Yeah, you don't have to have two watches because you have your other tracker on, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I've heard like anybody I've talked to that's using it really likes it.
Yeah. And then one last thing is I really want anything who's interested in helping Korean doctors, and then any doctor, including you, anyone who wants to just, communicate with Korean doctors, and then shoot me an email, and then I will connect to them. They are so friendly. They are able to listen to some other ideas and then some other, suggestions to Korea too. And then they want to communicate. Really want to communicate with American people and American doctors and American physicians.
Oh, that's wonderful. We're bringing the whole globe together. We're no longer separate by different countries. We all get to work together to heal the entire planet. I love it. Yes. Love it. Yeah. Well, Rachel, just in kind of wrapping this up, was there anything else you were hoping I would ask about or that you wanted to share?
Do you want to not too much. You cover almost everything. Okay. I'm sorry. I kind of like this. I usually do the lots of music related interview, not happy, right? So it's kind of new, but thank you so much.
Do you want to share a little bit? I mean, you've got the Musicians Institute right behind you there. So do you want to share a little bit about what that is and what you do there? And
yeah, our school is, my background is I study in regular composition, it's classical music all the time. And then I studied in Korea, and then I did my PhD at UCLA as a composition major. Oh. And then since I was really young, I was in Christian rock band. I play keyboards and also kind of like all this kind of music outside. And then my teacher called the dual life. Outside, I'm kind of play like that. And then inside, I do the avant-garde or the composition all the time.
Okay.
After I got my degree, I began to teach some of the colleges. And then I had so much kind of heart for this contemporary music. And the Musicians Institute is kind of established in 1977 and well known for the kind of musicians, for the recording studio musicians.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted to come to this school. So after I got my degree, I came here as a student.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Study here for 6 months. And then after I graduated, they began asking me to teach some classes, 1 or 2 classes. So I became an instructor. Now I'm overseeing whole performance program here. So it is really cool. Fun job. And then our school has a really good musicians here, and they're really young musicians who wants to be a popular kind of pop music star. So like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So our school kind of had like almost really, in the TVs, Anderson Park, he graduated from our school, really famous people are, out there all the time. So what I'm doing is just see the good talent, and then they also had some health problems, some other issues, and then because they are playing all the same position all the time, and then food, not good food for the musicians. So that's why I began to get kind of my interest more into the health and fitness kind of area. So because of that reason. So our students are more like a pop star and film composers. It's more like out there playing right now in Hollywood.
Okay. Well, with all that you have going on, do you have any time for music in your life yourself? Do you still play or?
It's once only. Yeah, I used to play a lot, and then I still write a song for I recently had some Korean government projects. So I composed for project, and then they performed my music for a year in Korea, one hall. So they did it. Wow. But mostly nowadays, I'm playing at church nowadays.
Okay.
So it's going to be kind of more like a church related, lots of concerts, that's it, But here I see many good talents. Yeah. And that is my music healing here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it is really fun job here. So whenever whoever come to Hollywood, our school is right on Hollywood, is Walk of Fame.
Oh, okay.
Soul School, and then and they hit me up. Then I will say hi, and then we are
Okay.
on as a ketogenic anyway.
Yeah, you're out there with the fake Marilyn Monroe and
Oh
the
yeah,
other
right
fake
there.
celebrities that want to take your charge you for a photo with them, right?
Yeah. But we are
Yeah.
not gonna charge to take a photo with me. We are not gonna charge.
All right, I'll take you up on that one then. I'll bypass all the other ones and be like, no, I want my photo with Rachel. You don't
Yeah,
even know who she is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, well, that's really, really great. Yeah. So, well, thank you so much for being here, and I'm just so excited about this, this mission that we're all on of healing the whole planet. So it's really great. And I've now talked with, oh gosh, I've had clients myself in 5 different countries, and I did an interview last week as well with Ignacio Quaranta, who I met also in San Diego, that's from Argentina, and he's a psychiatrist that's using LCHF with his patients there, getting them off of medications, right? And so we're really, getting to cover the whole globe and getting to heal people. So it's just really exciting to connect with more people in all these different corners of our world. So yeah, well, so I have one final question for you. If you watch my videos, you might already know what I'm going to ask, but if, today was your last day on the planet, the meteor's coming, it's going to wipe us all out, what would be your final meal?
My final meal?
Mm-hmm.
Pork belly.
Pork belly. Prepared any special way, or?
No, I want to have just kind of like just bake it with the ghee butter and pour every side, and then juicy one.
Yeah.
That is my meal.
Nice. Yum. Yeah. Well, that's really awesome and fun. So, well, thank you again so much for being here, and we will be in contact. I'm sure we'll have lots of fun together coming up, and we'll put all of the contact with lots of different things to share that Rachel's connected with will be in the show notes below. So if you've enjoyed this interview, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. We've got plenty more lined up and coming up for you. And have fun your rest of your day there in LA with all those musicians. And Rachel, I'll see you again very soon. And thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Bye now.